There's just no substitute whatsoever for attending a good workshop. You can continue to study forever, but you'll always be plagued with that self-doubt, the uncertainty that you can't do something. And most times, for most people, when we're uncertain, we won't take action. So I want you to be able to build your own house. I want you to move forward and start moving towards your dreams. So if not our workshop, attend a workshop, because when you attend a workshop, you get to experience every part of the process. You know how it feels, you know how it looks, you know what's right and wrong about the process, and you can move forward with confidence knowing that you have the ability, you have the skills, because you've already done it. And you get additional ongoing support that comes with a workshop, so that if you forget something or you need to reach out about an unusual condition, you'll be able to reach out. So we have a workshop coming up really fast. It's the ongoing student project, where we have a on-ground student project that is in the process of continuing to be built. That's beginning June 22nd. Click the link below in the description. Check it out and sign up for that course. At the Tyler Workshop, due to parking limitations, we can only accept 10 students. There's 8 more seats left, so I encourage you to click now, make your reservation while space is available, because once it's full up, we just don't have the parking room for additional students. However, if for some reason you can't attend, we'll gladly give you your money back. And even if you show up on the first day of the workshop and you just decide this isn't going to work for you, you can still get your money back. So I just want you to know that if you're going to take action, now's the time. Also, August 11th, there is a From the Ground Up Dome building workshop in Harrison, Arkansas. And you just click the link below in the description, sign up for that one. The sooner you sign up, the better. Now this workshop is running longer than most. This workshop, along with all the other workshops, honestly, you can come and go as you please. Our workshops are not just using you as labor. It's your workshop. And so you're going to get out of it what you're willing to put into it. So you show up when it works for your schedule, and we'll do our best to make sure that we step you through each and every part of the process, even if you can only show up for 3 to 5 days. So don't be afraid to come late, even come early. You know, we're going to make sure that you don't leave without having experienced all the steps of the process and acquiring the skills and the confidence that you need to move forward. In Mineola, Texas, in September, we haven't yet set the date firmly, but you can pre-order the tickets now, and we're going to be building a rectangular 16 by 30 structure with a conventional roof. So this is something that fits into any neighborhood. It can look like any house. It can be molded in so that it looks like lap siding, brick, stone. It can be stained and painted, but it'll fit into any neighborhood and appear as a conventional home. And it's rectangular, something that a lot of you have asked about. So pre-order this now. It'll be at the East Texas Aquaponics Farm. It is a commercial operating aquaponics farm where they grow really fresh and delicious greens. So you might even have an opportunity to see what a growing operation looks like with aquaponics. So if this is something that interests you, click the link below in the description, sign up now. We don't yet know how many seats will be available. We're probably going to be aiming for around 20 people at the most, because it's also a private workshop and it's focused on their group of people that are already coming in, but we will fit you in there as best we can. So, you know, don't delay, act as quickly as possible. Now, finally, October 12th, this is going to be the Rapid Cast Building Workshop. This is probably the most complete AirCrete workshop anywhere, and it certainly is the most complete AirCrete workshop that we're offering this year. We're going to start from the ground up. We're going to put down our foundation. We're going to have a vermicomposting flush toilet system in this structure. We're going to cast a house. We're going to finish it so that within 14 days, in just 2 weeks, it'll be ready to be moved into. It's not going to be a full-blown house, but a cabin. And so it's going to be small enough that a group of us will be able to actually finish this house and move in. The core of the workshop runs 10 days, and that will be the main build of the structure. The last 4+ days will be finishing the interior, installing the solar electric system, installing the heating and air conditioning system, putting in a floating floor, finishing the interior with earthen plasters, putting in basic cabinets, and wiring up the structure. So if you want a really complete workshop, I really encourage you to attend this workshop. It allows us to go out and build a structure very rapidly. It makes for the perfect bug out location. It makes for the perfect starter home when you need to get out of paying rent, out of paying a mortgage, or rebuild your life, and you need to get something fast, or even to build an Airbnb that you can rent out. You could build 2 of these in a month, rent one out to pay your bills, and build the other one, and then from there you can expand and build larger houses. So it really makes the perfect quick start home because it's very affordable. Most likely in the cabin form, you'll be able to build a small, I don't really want to call it a tiny house, but I guess it qualifies as a tiny house. It's only 200 square feet, but it's adequate to live in. You might even call it a micro house, but it allows you to very rapidly build something and move on with your life. So this is one that I personally find really exciting. And it's a cylindrical structure, and there's also very beautiful. The coefficient on the wind loads can withstand a Category 5 tornado when you're talking just wind speeds alone. We'll also be doing testing. We'll be doing some fun things like firing 4x4 posts at 200 miles an hour through some of these at some point to just see how strongly they do hold up. So, you know, I would encourage you, if you want to experience everything, come to the October Terlingua Workshop. It's a long ways out. You can fly into El Paso International Airport or Midland International Airport. From there, you'll need to rent a car and drive in. You can take a Amtrak train into Alpine, Texas, and if you come 1 or more days before the workshop, I can arrange to pick you up in Alpine and bring you out to the site. You're welcome to camp on the site. It'll be primitive camping. We'll arrange for a toilet and some kind of warm shower. Otherwise, there are cabins at the Terlingua Ranch Lodge, which you need to reserve as soon as possible because October is a very, very busy month in this part of the world. Over 15,000 people come through there during October. There's the International Chili Cook-Off at Terlingua that will be beginning at the end of the workshop. We have the Big Bend National and State Park, so there's a lot of canoeing, rafting, there's some hot springs, a lot of beautiful scenery, scenic drives, horseback riding. So there's a lot going on, as well as there's hunting season going on during this time in Texas. So just there's a whole lot of traffic out there, so don't delay. Make your reservations early where you're going to stay, because I really don't want you to need a hotel and not be able to get one. And also they have an RV ground. You could rent a place to park your RV. They have showers in the RV and campground area, so you can go take free showers. And we'll shuttle people back and forth from the site if they want to camp in primitive site and you don't have transportation. We'll do our best to accommodate you. It's a very rural area, so you're going to need to bring your food. There is the Bad Rabbit Cafe on site. You know, it's $12-ish plus 2 or 3 more for a drink for a basic quarter-pound hamburger. So it's very basic food. You could do a mix of the two. That's usually what we do. We'll eat out some. Otherwise, it's about a 38-mile one-way drive to the Terlingua, Studi Butte, and Ghost Town area, where there is some pretty nice places to eat. There's some bars. There's going to be a lot of people gathering in these areas. So cell phone service also in the area is not available, but Wi-Fi is available at the lodge, so you'll have access in that manner. So these are things to be aware of on your trip down there. We want to do everything we can. We're going to provide a very basic meal at the Terlingua Workshop, probably something like beans and rice. It'll basically be vegetarian, and you know, it's going to be very basic, but I want to make sure that, you know, after you've spent a day working out there, that you leave feeling good and not starving, and you may not feel like making the 38-mile trip. We're probably on most of the days only going to work 4 to 5 hours a day. We're going to start early when it's fairly cool, and we're going to work till lunchtime, and that's going to be it. And then you'll be free to enjoy the attractions and tourist activities that are in the area, or to just simply enjoy nature. It's a very quiet, very remote location that I believe is also very beautiful. So we want you to enjoy this workshop. You're not just showing up as labor. Come meet interesting people, make new friends, make contacts, and I really look forward to seeing you guys there. This is probably the most exciting project of the year. Now, possibly in November this year, we may have a Mexico workshop. We may not. Still up in the air on that. So anyway, click the link below in the description and find out more about the workshops. Reserve your spot now. If you have to cancel, you can get your money back, but don't wait to cancel, because on the last week, I'm going to be out of range of the internet down there. I'm not going to be able to issue refunds and do things. So if you wait till the last week to request a refund, we'll have to charge you a $200 processing fee or something. And that also is to encourage you to be serious about attending, because you know, I value you, and I'm doing the best I can to make the best workshop for you, to make sure that you're confident and you have all the skills and abilities to do what you're doing. And in return, I ask that you respect my time and that you make a serious reservation. And you know, there's a lot of logistics to planning an activity this far out in the middle of nowhere. So, you know, we will charge you a $200 fee if you cancel the last week. So be serious about it, but also reserve your seat early. And if it winds up that you can't make it or you have to cancel, just do it a week or more before the date, and I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for listening. Following is a couple quick reviews from the workshop we just wrapped up, and again, thank you for your time. You have a great day.
Hi, my name is Mark. I've just completed a 5-day AirCrete course from Dan, and I've been looking at a different way of building for probably 20 years. Looked at earth ships, looked at different kinds of sandbags, looked at everything out there. Now, my kids heading off for college soon. Now I'm going to kind of, at that point, want to get a new house smaller than I have now because I don't need the space. And I've looked at every kind of construction method out there, but I kind of about 2-3 years ago heard about AirCrete, saw something online, but didn't know how to do it. I had no idea how to, what kind of Dawn detergent. I didn't know how to do it. So I came across Dan on YouTube, and turned out the timing was just about perfect. So I came down to Texas. I'm in Tyler right now, and this is Skylar, and we became friends. So we came to the workshop, and I kind of wanted to know how to do this, because this is what appeals to me. You know, I could afford to hire a builder and build a stick house. I can do that. I just don't want to do that. I kind of like to do it with my own hands. And something about the dome is just aesthetically, it's just so pleasing for me to be able to do that and build it myself and make it just the way I want it. So I came down for 5 days, got dirty, and that's okay, and learned how to do this. Learned how to make them, learned how to mix them, learned how to put them together, learned how to make a structure. And I think I can go home now and do this all by myself. And that's what I wanted out of this. There's a few bugs here in Texas, but that's part of being here. But we got bears in where I live, so I think I'd rather get bit by a bug than bit by a bear. So I think it's worth doing this. If you're interested in this, and we're not talking about necessarily, Dan writes down about a tiny giant lifestyle. Well, tiny is only limited by your imagination. You can make any size dome you want. You can hook domes together. You can make, I live in a cold place. I'm going to build a garage out of this stuff. I can do that, and now I know how to do it, and I can do it. And it's learnable, and I never ever thought I could build my own house. I'm not a builder, but I can build this, and I know how to do it now. And I learned how to do it here, right here in Tyler, Texas, from Dan. So if you want to learn how to do this too, make a trip down, spend a few days, and you'll get it also.